As we mentioned earlier, vaccine eligibility is expanding to a new wave of people. Starting Thursday, Chicago is opening all city-operated COVID vaccination sites to kids aged 12 through 15. The move was prompted by the Food and Drug Administration authorizing emergency use of the Pfizer vaccine for that age group. Earlier today, Chicago's public health commissioner spoke about this news.
The news for the Pfizer vaccine for children looks really good. The safety profile was great. The efficacy profile, meaning how protective the COVID vaccine was really, really good. In the part of the study with the volunteers, there were actually no cases of COVID in the children who got the vaccine and no serious side effects.
Joining us now with more is Dr. Allison Bartlett, a pediatrician and associate professor of the pediatrics section of infectious diseases at University of Chicago Medicine. Welcome back, Dr. Bartlett. So why is it so important for children to get vaccinated?
So that's a great question, because we know, fortunately, that kids don't get as sick as we know that older adults can when they get COVID. But it really is the fact that they can get infected and can transmit to other people and can have rare side effects. We also don't know a lot about what the long-term impacts of COVID are on children, and we've definitely seen kids who have long COVID syndrome. So there's a lot that we want to be preventing.
Will there be settings or occasions where vaccination might be required for this age group?
I think that we may head in that direction. Certainly there are other immunizations that we require for children who go to school, and there's many universities and colleges that have been requiring vaccination. I think we're not quite there yet for the school-age kids, but I suspect in the future we would head that direction.
And how crucial is it to vaccinate children to get to herd immunity?
So herd immunity doesn't care how old you are. They care that you are a member of the population. And kids make up a significant percentage of the population. And so really it is essential that we vaccinate our children in addition to our adults.
Now, in a recent study, 29% of adults said that they would get their children vaccinated right away. 32% said that they would wait to see how it's working. Is this surprising to you?
I think it was pretty disappointing to hear those numbers. And I'm hopeful that the tide will change quickly, as we saw with adults where the hesitancy was there initially and then started to taper off. I think reassuringly that some studies have actually asked children 14 to 19 what they think about getting vaccinated, and they were much more positive about getting vaccinated than some of their parents were.
Why do you think that figure was so low for parents?
I think that the relative newness of the COVID vaccine that is still contributing to what's going on. The studies done to look at children ages 12 to 15 included just over 2,000 kids, only half of whom got the vaccine. But it's the exact same vaccine, same dose, same interval that we've given to 16-year-olds and up. And so relatively fewer children 12 to 15 were included. But a 15-year-old is not that different from a 16-year-old from a 19-year-old. So I think we are just sort of incrementally building on the knowledge that we have about how safe and effective these vaccines are.
What do you think pediatricians, public health officials, what can they do to get parents on board?
One thing pediatricians do really well is vaccinate kids and talk to parents about the importance of vaccination. And so having those one-on-one conversations with the family about the safety of the vaccine, the potential impacts of COVID in your child or in loved ones that the child encounters is really, I think, the way that we're going to need to address this.
How soon do you think we'll see vaccine availability for younger kids, maybe ages 5 to 12, for example, asking for a friend?
I have a 9-year-old and 11-year-old twins, and they'll turn 12 in October. And so I don't know if they're going to get a vaccine for 12-year-olds or they're going to get the 11-year-old vaccine approved in time. So I'm very curious as well. The latest I've heard is that they're hoping by September to have that vaccine approved for the sort of 5 to 11-year-old age range, which is fantastic. I think that it's unlikely that we're going to have those kids fully vaccinated, the 2 doses and then the 2-week sort of period after that second dose before we get back to school, but we'll be in a much better position than we are now.
What do we all need to know about how routine this vaccine is going to be, or what do we know so far about how routine it's going to be? Should we be expecting boosters for all of us, including our children, at some point?
So I think the answer is probably going to be yes. We don't know how long immunity, either to natural infection or to the vaccine, lasts. We also know that one aspect of the booster vaccines that the scientists are working on provides better coverage for some of the variants that we're seeing circulating. So it may not be that your immunity is the issue, it's that there's new variants that we want to make sure we protect. Whether it's going to be an annual thing like flu shots or every 10 years like a tetanus booster, I think that part is unsettled, but I suspect we are not a 2 doses and you're done for your lifetime situation.
Right. And before we let you go, Dr. Bartlett, what do we know about the safety for pregnant and breastfeeding mothers of the vaccine?
So all of the both clinical trials and the post-trial surveillance has been very reassuring. It's safe and effective in pregnant women and nursing women. Women who are vaccinated during pregnancy pass antibodies to the baby, and women who are breastfeeding also transfer antibodies in the breast milk. So it's a 2-for-1.
All right. Our thanks to Dr. Allison Bartlett, University of Chicago, for joining us.
Thank you.